So hari ini kita nak berkongsi apakah catalyst yang dijangkakan akan menggerakkan pasaran saham. Okay guys, Assalamualaikum. Jadi ini adalah merupakan minggu pertama bulan 4, kita balik pada hari raya, dan kita tahu ini adalah minggu pertama corporate earnings. Of course corporate earnings banyaknya daripada bank minggu ini. A lot of things that we are waiting. Kita nak tengok sama ada bank punya tone, adakah mereka akan memberi gambaran tarif yang dikenakan oleh Donald Trump adalah painful ataupun tidak untuk mereka. Okay, kita tahu US economy sekarang fundamentally speaking is facing headwind, right? GDP dijangkakan, ekonomi dijangkakan akan remain stable around 3%, mungkin contract sikit disebabkan oleh dua benda. Satu adalah escalating tariff, right, dan kedua adalah inflationary pressure, ya. Saya akan tunjuk chart saya sekejap lagi. So sekarang banyak orang bercakap recession fears, right, kegawatan mungkin akan berlaku, technical recession kalau GDP mengecil untuk quarter 2 bermula dengan bulan ini. Inflasi remain elevated. Kita tahu Federal Reserve adopt a wait and see approach. Mereka tak memberi bayangan sama ada interest rate akan kurangkan atau tidak. Tapi yang menakutkan sekarang adalah reciprocal tariff antara US, especially dengan China, yang kita jangkakan akan disrupt global trade and supply chain. Of course, kita nak tengok sama ada benda ini akan translate into a decline on earnings, corporate earnings, especially technology stocks. Right, dan kita tahu supply chain is very complicated, yang mana most of them are Nasdaq listed stock yang telah menunjukkan tanda-tanda technical pressure and reduce stock market demand. Kita jangan cerita tentang fundamental lah, valuation memang tinggi tapi sekarang dah drop significantly. Sektor yang penting of course adalah AI sector, right? Sekarang banyak uncertainties, kita tak tahu sama ada investors will come after the tariff, ya? Yang paling menakutkan adalah geopolitical tension yang kita saksikan sekarang. Semua sektor-sektor offensif macam teknologi, industry, finance, consumer discretionary, semuanya underperform. That reflect defensive investor positioning. Kalau kita sebagai trader, mungkin kita akan lihat lebih kepada shorting ataupun puts side, ya, bearish bias. Dan catalyst yang penting untuk minggu ni, nombor satu adalah Trump tariff, dua adalah China retaliation. We are waiting sama ada China akan retaliate lagi. Nombor tiga, European retaliation, right? They are supposed, European Union especially akan counteract hari ini ataupun esok, ya. So kita nak tengok sama ada akan berlaku lebih banyak trade negotiation ataupun tidak. So kalau Donald Trump double down, berkeras, dia tak nak dia tak nak kurangkan tarif, no relief, okay. Kita tahu tarif dia pun pelik, ya. Calculation dia is misguided. So benda ni akan mempengaruhi pasaran saham. As at this moment, kita boleh tengok chart sekarang, ya. Memang okay, sekarang kita boleh tengok chart, kita ada dua gap kat sini, right? In fact kalau kita tengok weekly chart, right, that is what we call a falling knife. Falling knife maksudnya apa? Dia adalah candle yang panjang yang slice through all the moving average. Okay, so kalau ini berlaku, kemungkinan the next support will be this one, right, the moving average 380. Mungkin saya patut tunjuk Nasdaq index, ya. That's why dia sekarang 17,000, dia dah jatuh daripada 22,000 something, maksudnya sehingga ini Nasdaq telah korek lebih kurang 21%. Ini bermakna officially kita sekarang adalah di dalam bear market officially, right? So on charts memang definitely looks very ugly. So selain daripada policy catalyst dan geopolitical catalyst, we are looking at economic data release, okay, this week. Yang beberapa data yang sangat penting untuk kita lihat, ya. Of course kita jangkakan benda ini akan mempengaruhi pasaran saham minggu ini. Hari Rabu kita ada Federal Reserve member yang akan bercakap hari Rabu pukul 11 tengah malam. Isnin Selasa tidak ada apa, right? Hari Khamis kita akan menyaksikan unemployment claims, ya, yang akan dikopul 8 tengah malam hari Khamis. Hari Jumaat kita ada PPI, core PPI. Jadi hari Jumaat ni penting. Hari Jumaat 8 tengah malam kita ada inflation untuk pengilang, manufacturer inflation, apa kita panggil PPI, core producer price index, ya. Di samping dengan pukul 10 malam hari Jumaat ni kita ada consumer sentiments. So this is very important actually for this Friday. But anyway, saya merasakan it's going to be interesting this week, right? We are waiting sama ada akan berlaku bounce, but market is clearly oversold at this moment. Very oversold, dan kemungkinan market boleh membuat short term bounce anytime this week, yeah. Right, kalau kita tengok daily chart, okay, it's totally ugly right now. Sentiment is clearly bear market. Although kita ada earning season kick off, JP Morgan, right? JP Morgan minggu ni, kita ada Bank of America, right? All these are actually in a firm downtrend. Bank of America, Bank of BAC, Bank of America juga akan buat pengumuman earnings kalau tak silap saya hari Jumaat minggu ini. So clearly everything now is in bear market territory. Apple, for example, is in a clear bear market territory. VIX pun dah, kita tengok VIX especially, VIX adalah volatility index yang sangat penting, right? Telah shoot daripada 30 all the way to 45, so that may suggest market is totally irrational. Volatility remain elevated. Kalau VIX melebihi 30, that signal extreme anxiety antara semua investors. So we are waiting for capitulation, right? Yang mana so far kita tak nampak lagi under SP 500, This is SP 500, 5,000, right? I think it's very early for now to talk about market bottom. So I think the clear path for market sekarang adalah untuk ke bawah, maksudnya sama ada kita short beberapa saham-saham yang based on technical seperti Apple, beli puts, atau kita short Microsoft, kita ada Google. All this clearly show that market is going to the downside, right? And then kita ada Meta pun sama. All this shows that market is going to the downside. So benda ni bukan sahaja berlaku di US tapi juga di ASEAN juga. Kita boleh tengok Nikkei juga plunge hari ini, plunge 10%, Itu menunjukkan pasaran saham sekarang dalam keadaan yang cukup merebak, contagion. Kita panggil contagion. This is emerging market, all goes down. Kita tengok Jepun, that's also teruk, Jepun teruk, right, satu dunia. We don't see any respite. Mungkin the pocket of strength, saya berharap gold, right, gold mungkin akan berlaku sedikit magic, kerana gold masih lagi uptrend. Kita berharap gold akan akan buat retracement back to the buy zone around 20 moving average sebelum meneruskan aliran menaik. Jadi gold adalah mungkin pockets of strength. Selain pada itu mungkin euro, euro, sebab kita tahu dolar sekarang is shooting down, ni dolar, right, dolar all the way down, right, but mungkin euro boleh naik, euro mungkin naik, kita ada gap up di situ. So euro dan gold adalah pocket of strength for now, So apa yang berlaku sekarang kalau kita nak balik pada Nasdaq, kita tengok volume naik atas, there's a clear institutional selling pressure, right? In fact last week we see about 5 trillion US dollar losses in market capitalization, right? Of course apa yang kita perlu buat sekarang adalah apa yang patut kita buat sekarang adalah watching the key technical levels, sama ada that key technical level akan hold ataupun break this week. Yang mana itu akan trigger additional selling, atau kalau bounce dia akan trigger additional buying. Now let's look at Nasdaq, right? Kalau kita tengok Nasdaq, right, paras support sekarang could be that 200 moving average, which is around 16,000, dan itu juga adalah bukan the high yang kita hit, 21 bulan 7 tahun 2023. So we are looking at 16,000. That means probably we see another 7 or 8% further to the downside, at least on the weekly chart. Right, on the daily chart we don't see support at this moment. So judging from the technical behavior, that's what we see. Kemungkinan market akan meneruskan aliran menurun. So ingat, Nasdaq has been officially entered bear market territory. It is declining more than 20% from its record high, right? Volatility remains elevated, VIX above 20, tariff uncertain, investor sentiment is at low point. So to me, this is a great time for us to look at the shorting side, at the bearish side, and keep an eye on the immediate support level. Of course, we are talking at 16,000. Resistance for now stand at 19,000. If market boleh rebound back to 18,000, that would be great, right? So market kena capture balik 100 weekly MA ni, yang warna purple ni, right? Kalau dia boleh rebound atas pada 18,000 and then buat apa yang kita panggil sedikit double bottom atau cup handle, dan mungkin sentimen kita akan berubah back kepada bullish. Now sector rotation, kita tengok consumer discretionary, right, teruk. Ini semua adalah aggressive sectors, dan sektor-sektor yang defensive seperti consumer staples are strong, sideways. Ini adalah defensive sectors are strong. Utilities are strong, right, relatively speaking. Yang teruk adalah teknologi, all the way down. Technology is aggressive sectors. That means general tengah sakit sekarang, consumer discretion tengah sakit, even finance. So it's a big marbles there. That means sector rotation sangat menakutkan. That reflects defensive positioning by investors. So kalau kita tengok historical pattern, that suggests sector rotation yang mungkin akan berlaku ke bawah. Right, kita lihat QQQ dan kita buat sedikit favorite saya. On the daily chart, we can see this GAPI moving average ribbon is expanding right now, right, and this is firmly below the long-term MMA, the long-term moving average, right. This is the short-term expanding ke bawah. Those of us yang day trade mungkin boleh tengok 1 hour, right, kita nak tunggu biru ni naik balik kepada merah dan kemudian kita akan short. So yes, momentum is clearly to the downside, right. That reinforce our bearish medium-term look over the next few days to a few weeks time. But of course, okay, market is extremely oversold for now, right. Market is extremely oversold. Kita boleh tahu RSI, right. Kita boleh tengok market is extremely oversold as at this moment. Kalau kita letak stochastic pun sama, that clearly market is extremely oversold. But the problem is that market can be in offshore situation for very long period of time as at this moment. So my suggestion is that to wait market to rebound and capture important key key moving average, which is in this case is actually 100 moving average. So okay guys, so beberapa saham yang penting seperti Apple, right. Let's look at 1 hour, right. We have a big gap, right. All the moving average 10, 20, 50, 100, 200 on 1 hour is clearly downtrend. Okay, Tesla, right, Tesla pun sama. Walaupun Tesla dah jatuh banyak, right, itu tak bermakna dia stop berjatuh. Dia dah break 200 and also 100 moving average on weekly. That also very bad. Volume goes up, right. Basically kita tak ada nampak tempat yang bagus melainkan gold, right. Gold is the only, to me that's the only potential pocket of strength kalau kita nak go to the long side. Okay, gold especially on the daily, right. Kita buka GAPI, right, just nice. Okay, it's going to test that long-term moving average and then can rebound. So gold, right, gold. Not really silver pun tak, silver dah jatuh. Palladium pun sama, right. It's only gold that looks nice as at this moment. Palante, this is a great time for us to buy for long term. Yes, okay. Palante is cheap now, go to $74 on a weekly, testing that moving average. Apollovin pun sama, right. Some of the stock I think tengah testing retracement, at least on a weekly chart. So guys, okay, that's about it. I think remember, we are in a bear market. Bear market can be rewarding if we know how to trade a bear market, because bear market normally very fast, right, and very sharp, right. We can make a good return in a short period of time, but be careful on your money management. Make sure korang tahu kat mana support level dan dekat mana korang punya stop loss, and make sure korang tahu apa time frame korang. If you're using 4 hours, keep on a 4 hours technical level. Using 1 hour, use 1 hour technical level. Anyway, that's about it daripada saya. Saya berharap semua orang akan make sure trading is actually a waiting game. It's a patience game, right. Korang kena tunggu that monster setup. Sekarang market oversold, let's wait for a new setup, okay, sebelum kita nak short balik. Okay guys, setakat itu dulu. Selamat Hari Raya. Saya berharap perkongsian ini akan memberi manfaat kepada semua orang. Right, let's be optimistic and belajar dengan sejarah, right. Macam mana berlaku sebelum ni, 1987, 1998, semua correction is normally temporary, only for a few months, then after that kita akan hit bottom, right. The best to make money is always to the long side. Okay guys, take care. Salam sayang. Assalamualaikum.